What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you on one of my sponsors, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know I'm a Weeble preferred influencer, best promotion in the pen comment. All you need to do, click the link, go open an account. As long as you make a qualifying deposit, they're going to give you free fractional shares and up to 5% back on your uninvested money. Every so often, I love to do one of these videos because it makes me remind myself that Klittelberg came onto the Madden team over a decade ago with the promise of revamping the line play. And he had an NFL pedigree, practice lineman, and the X's and O's we expected him to transfer from real-life football into the game of Madden have really never came through. Now, a lot of different reasons in my opinion for that. One of which, outdated game code. But secondarily, I think, is lack of fluidity and lack of animation. So with that in mind, we're going to revisit All-Pro Football 2K8. And I just want to start by showing you how fluid and seamless this game looks, right? Don't even worry about how it plays. Just watch number 68. It's Clint's number, by the way, and how fluid that looks. Let's look at Madden and how jagged things look. Not just number 79, but look at Quentin Nelson, Big Q, number 56. What is he doing? Why is he acting this way? Going back to All-Pro Football, again, the fluidity of blocking animations. When you watch Quentin Nelson here, how unfluid does this look? You know, this looks like pieces kind of just going together to make up a puzzle. Slow down. This looks like real football. You don't get this out of Madden. When you slow Madden down, just watch number 79. Watch how robotic this looks. Watch how you can almost watch the transition from one animation to the next. Have you ever seen a lineman just stand there like Quentin Nelson? I mean, he's got 3 defenders coming toward him, and there's nothing. When you watch All-Pro Football, again, different play, slowed down, one-on-one battles, right? Man on man. You can see a battle. When you go back to Madden and you look at this, there's no base that's already set prior. There's no force. There's no movement. You don't get that one-on-one battle that makes you feel like football is being respected. And it carries out through more than just the line, but the line is the biggest part of this. We're going to talk about setting an edge. Watch number 72 get driven back, and that's fine. Listen, that happens when you're trying to set an edge. But how realistic does that look? This battle of the player trying to go across and get to the quarterback, how fluid did it look? When you go back to All-Pro Football, how fluid does this look? Does this look like a player that's aggressively pursuing to a quarterback? In my opinion, yes. When you look at this from the other side, do you see actual technique? Do you see a sound base carried throughout? Do you see a player going up into shoulder pads? Look at just the physical position of the linebacker now. When you go and look again at All-Pro Football, yes, this is a sack, but still, it looks so much more realistic. Why is there a lineman running 5 yards back to stand still? It doesn't make any sense. And as I said, whether we're watching it at speed or whether we're watching it slow down, this game here was built on a console that we were completely unaware of would even exist today. And look at how seamless this game looks. It doesn't really even have that much of a clipping. Why are we not beyond that with Madden? Why are we not beyond that with motion capture? All the tools they have, dare I say it, sapient technology, and this is the end result? A line stunt that has 2 linemen standing still, one turned around. No one is blocking except one of these 4 players right now. This is what having an NFL lineman work on a video game accomplished and achieved? Yet we can go back and look at plays like this and see a game that, in all honesty, if you didn't know it was a video game, might not know it was a video game. But when we go to where we are today, and you look at the end result, there's no doubt in my mind that you cannot say this is the best effort that EA has. And here's the harsh reality that seemingly no one wants to talk about. If you think that it was going to get better for any other aspect of this game than the line play being worked on by an NFL caliber player, you are sadly mistaken. A big part of the reason this game is failing is because even when they have all the advantages, even when they have everything basically essentially in their court, the world's largest motion capture studio, Sapient technology, an NFL player, NFL teams, everything you could ask for, they have at their disposal. And the best they can do looks absolutely awful. Not just awful in the shape of a video game, but awful in comparison to what its peers showed years ago, decades ago. So you think that the aspects of the game that don't have that are somehow going to be better? Are somehow going to be in a better position? Absolutely not. You know, you have a person working on this game where all they do is focus on the equipment. And yet we still have the issue with players looking proper. You have a person that is in charge of rosters. And yet, for some reason, we only get one update a year. Maybe two. That is not the industry standard when it comes to video games. To me, that's not the expectation of someone buying a game. I think when you buy a game, your expectation is that you are going to have something you can play for the duration of that product. Most of us feel that the duration of a game is going to be that sports season. Prime example, when I buy MLB The Show, do I know I'm going to probably get a little bit tired, a little bit repetitive, have things that maybe aren't updated as much as I'd like from one year to the next? Sure. But do I know that, hey, I'm going to be able to play this game essentially through the full season and feel like I've gotten my value's worth? I can confidently tell you, I played MLB The Show throughout the entire baseball season, and I 100% feel like I got my value's worth. And a big part of that value, just so you know, was going back, going into the exhibition, playing games that I went to in person, playing games that I watched on TV that were exciting, kind of trying to save the season by going back to those playoff games we didn't do so well in. I can't imagine in a time where I would look at Madden and say, yeah, I want to go and play the game that I just watched in Madden. And I think the biggest part of that is because Madden is so far disconnected from the actual sport of football. You really can't even make a connection to NFL football. When I'm playing Madden, I don't feel like I'm playing as Gardner Minshew, much less Anthony Richardson. I don't feel like the season is on the line, any specific game. I don't feel like when they play the Panthers, there's any written rivalry based on head coaches or former players. I don't really feel like one game to the next is even meaningful or impactful. Yet just about every other sports game on the market makes sure that its gamers have an emotional connection to the game other than this. And I think a big part of the disconnect is when the line play is the heart of an NFL game, and you've got a former practice lineman working on this game, and we see the best he has is some of the worst gameplay in the industry, the rest of the game doesn't stand a chance. And you don't want a game plays this bad, yet he's still willing to sit there and tell us that all we need to do is get good. There's no way that I will not be back in a week with more coming.